everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the San Antonio Marshals and the Toronto Thunderbirds. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Antonio Marshals and the Toronto Thunderbirds. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they interplay here. They returned home after playing in London last week, but it was a good trip as they came home a winner.
And that's a long flight when you lose, but it's not half as bad when you come home with a victory and full of shepherd's pie.
Meanwhile, for our visiting San Antonio ball club, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
39 yards there, a big one.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
He's coming. Double up. Go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Get ready. Set hot. Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They played really well in the win last week over the Redskins.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but pretty nice effort.
Throwing Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Silva. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards on the pickup there. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They run a draw here on second down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 14 carries, 68 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
We got 3 down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
You better talk to your boy.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Ready, go.
Jones operating from the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Well, they bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. He'll look to throw.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
23 yards, the final tally. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, complete. That's Silva. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
2nd and long. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
On the ready.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll drop the throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom! That's how we do it,
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now some space to operate. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. He may try and run for this. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
It'll wind up being a net of 41.
Here we go.
9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And let's shift our attention to this defensive unit as they march back onto the field. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that.
Right.
Totally missed it.
Ready. 15, Ronnie. 15 line. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Shoot.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
All day.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Hot.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Jones. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
But this is a football game, right?
It is.
How you like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that one?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
2nd and 13. In trouble, and he's taken down.
What I'm talking about.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that would help him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go.
Throwing again. Jones on the move to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are visitors to take over on offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
We got three.
They'll set up to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 51 yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So here is the home side to take over on offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the 2nd half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt, show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2nd and 3. He's got his man on the crossing route. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. 2nd and 6. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
We got this.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
I got you. I got you.
Jones now on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jones to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards there, first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And to give this time to the tailback. Got some real estate inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Check 50. Ready, go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Ready. 18 They don't want it. Keep playing on. Ready, go.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Hey, here we go. Set, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Silva. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Right back to him on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Welcome back to Toronto as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Going for it all. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Silva. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Let's go. Let's go.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Here we go. 18 Gator. 55 to Mike. Hey, let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to retake the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing Jones. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, baby.
Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Jones. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll roll him out right. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a 1st.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Jones, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. On second and goal, Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
That's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Going to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now they try the right side here. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Steps away. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll look to throw. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for him, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The defense now getting set and heading back onto the field. They're just looking for one final stop here, put a capper on this affair.
Here we go.
Get this game over with. That's all we're talking about. It's that simple. Finish this thing off, and let's get to the locker room and celebrate.
Celebration, that's what they're hoping to do. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for our visitors, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
There was that game. Not the greatest game, not the worst. Really bad game from Pudge Jones. For sure, 2 interceptions. QB rating of 45.6. Only a 66 completion percentage. And only 122 yards. Skylar Folsom didn't have the greatest game either. Probably did what he needed to. And still not bad. He also threw an interception. No touchdowns. 242 yards, 24 completions, 80% completion percentage, and 86.4 QBR. Not, like I said, not the greatest, but still pretty reasonably well. Josh Reeves scored a touchdown. Messi actually had a pretty good game this game. 10 yards per carry. Pudge Jones didn't do poorly running the ball. Okay, I mean, he has still had fun. So, yeah, Pudge Jones just 3 turnovers on him. Just really bad. Messi, his first rushing touchdown. 111 yards on 11 attempts, 10 yards per carry. And nothing really stands out on the receiving side. I mean, there were no receiving touchdowns. But Gabe Silva had over 100 yards receiving. And yeah, that's that game. Next one's a Monday night game. Tomorrow between... I don't even remember who's playing, but it'll be like 6 or 7. Maybe. I don't know. It might have to be earlier than that. I don't really know. But, you know, around the same time. It's like 6 or 7 Central. But anyway, that's all for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.